Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Amit Kaushik, Chief Marketing Officer at Tech Group. I welcome you all to our new Global Economy and Graphite Electrode Industry March 2024 Outlook and Beyond podcast. World Steel ORG has released its latest short range outlook for global crude steel. According to their recent report, despite facing multiple challenges such as the ongoing impact of the pandemic, Russia and Ukraine conflict, high inflation, reduced purchasing power, geopolitical uncertainties, and aggressive monetary tightening, the global economy has demonstrated remarkable resilience. As we near the end of the tightening cycle, we have noticed a significant slowdown in housing activities and a hindrance in the manufacturing sector due to the tightening credit conditions and increased costs. While a soft landing is anticipated as we emerge from the cycle, it is likely that the global steel demand will remain subdued and the market volatility will persist as the effects of monetary tightening, rising costs, and geopolitical tensions continue to persist. Steel demand will see a rebound of 1.7% to reach 1,793 metric tons million metric tons, and 2025 steel demand is forecasted to grow 1.2% to 1,815 million metric tons. Let's see as China steel forecast. Steel demand in China remains stable in 2024 compared to 2023, as a decrease in real estate investments will be balanced out by the growth in steel demand from infrastructure investments and manufacturing sectors. The following year, in 2025, we predict a 1% decline in China's steel demand. This forecast indicates that by 2025, China's steel demand will be notably lower than that in 2020, which was the peak demand year. China may have reached its peak demand and it is likely to see a continued decline in the medium term as the country shifts away from the economic model resilience on the real estate and graphite and the infrastructural improvements. India. Since 2021, India has become a leading force in driving steel demand growth. Projections indicated that this trend will continue with an estimated 8% increase in steel demand expected for both 2024 and 2025. This growth will be fueled by ongoing expansion in various steel consumption industries, particularly in infrastructure development. By 2025, India's steel demand is forecasted to surge by nearly 70 million tons compared to 2020. Rest of the world, the steel forecast says, on the other hand, the developed world is projected to witness a strengthening recovery with a 1.3% growth in 2024 and 2.7% in 2025. This recovery is expected to be driven by a significant uptick in steel demand in EU in 2025, along with the continued resilience in the US, Japan, and Korea. Let's look at the commodities. Brent crude futures climbed above $90 per barrel, bouncing back from the previous losses and halting a two-day decline following developments in Gaza. Tensions in Middle East are escalating, with Israel issuing warning to Iran and the US, preparing for the potential attack. Earlier, oil prices had dropped due to the significant increase in inventories and surpassing the estimates. Iron ore prices rose to $104 per metric tons from a 16-month low of $100 on April 4th. Overall, while the recent increase in the iron ore prices is a positive development for the market, the sustainability of this rally remains uncertain due to lingering concerns about the demand and oversupply. Newcastle coal futures dipped below US dollar 130 per metric ton due to the uncertain demand from China and consistent supply levels. Ongoing worries about China's power demand persisted as the country's manufacturing sector showed signs of contraction for the fifth straight time, adding to the concerns about weakening consumer sentiment and a struggling property market. Most Turkish mills have increased their domestic scrap buying prices since last week, Kalanis notes. Imported scrap prices, meanwhile, are seeing direction amid the lackluster trade and diverging expectations. No imported scrap booking has been heard so far this week, although there are both buyers and suppliers in the market. Mills are resisting suppliers' higher prices targets. Chinese hot rolled coil prices fell sharply recently, reaching 20-month low alongside rebar prices, despite demand being slightly higher than the previous year. Despite higher demand compared to the previous year, Chinese HRC production remains strong, leading to the minimal inventory losses and continued price declines throughout the week. Nickel futures surged, reaching a new 2 week high on the back of the strong demand forecast from China and supply uncertainties. In April, aluminum prices reached US dollar 2,450 per ton, making 14-month high as a part of the uh, broader surge in base metals. This increase was driven by a weakening US dollar, supply worries, and a slight uptick demand from China. The US dollar sustained dampening market sentiment. A recent economic data suggests that persistent inflation in the US and the tempered expectations for monetary policy easing by the Fed. The stronger dollar also makes copper more expensive for foreign buyers, reducing their purchasing power. Lead. Since the start of 2024, the prices of lead have surged US dollar 126 per metric tons, making an increase of 6.2%. The all-time peak of lead was recorded as US dollar 3989 in October 2007. Zinc prices surged above US dollar 2,700 per metric ton, reaching its highest point in the nearly 12 months. This increase was driven by the growing confidence that the global decline in manufacturing has come to an end. Let's look at ferroalloys. So, Indian domestic prices for ferroalloys for silico-manganese saw a rise this week. For the grade 6014, prices increased by INR 1400 to 1800, equivalent to US dollar 13 to 22 week on week. The prices settled at 68,300 to 69,000 that is in the range of US dollar 821 to 830 per metric tons in major production regions according to the Big Mint. Silico-manganese prices are on a strong upward trend in the domestic market, driven by the combination of supply factors and rising prices in domestic steel. In the ferrosilicons, 70%, there's a drop by 500 INR, which is about $6 per metric tons week on week from the previous assessment of April 1. This decrease was attributed to a new offer from Bhutan, prompting Indian producers to match the prices. As on April 8th, the ferrosilicon prices in India were recorded at INR 100,000 per metric ton from Guwahati. Global container index has increased by over 25% since February but remains high in 2023. So, on the ocean freight updates, the progress in recovery efforts in Baltimore continued in early April as crew began on the on-water removal of containers from the stuck ship Delhi, a necessary step in clearing the collision site. Three temporary shallow channels were already in use, allowing some vessels to access the port. Full access to the port at Baltimore is projected to be restored by the end of May by the Army Corps of Engineers. In the meantime, containers bound for Baltimore are being rerouted to other East Coast ports, mainly Norfolk and New York, New Jersey. New rail services have been established to move containers between these ports to assist disrupted shippers. Looking at the World Shipping Index, the last month or so, some important improvement in freights is seen. Conditions for the carrier could improve dramatically in Q2 2024, and they may have the upper hand in negotiations with shippers at the same time. In the global crude steel market, the world crude steel production for 71 countries reported 148.8 million tons of crude steel produced in February 2024, which is an increase of 3.7% from February 23. The global long steel products market is facing pressure due to weak demand and China's aggressive exports. China has ramped up its exports at the beginning of 2024, poised to exceed record set in 2015. Chinese steel producers seem to be making profits on each sale with the lower iron ore and coke prices and lower energy costs in China. Despite lower production costs, long products exports still lag behind flat rolled exports. Europe remains quiet with little improvement in demand expected until the second half of the year. Germany offers reinforced bars and wire rods at extremely low prices. The US market is experiencing price fluctuations with less liquid steel being produced compared to the previous year. The US produced 600,000 tons less liquid steel in January 1. April to March 2023 period this year compared to the same period in 2023. Customers are delaying projects in anticipation of interest rates changes. Let's have a look at needle coke market, which is used as the main raw material for graphite electrode manufacturing. The leading manufacturers of oil-based needle coke intends to adjust the price of calcinated needle coke in the second quarter of 2024 with an expected increase of $100 due to temporary supply shortage caused by geopolitical conflicts and logistical challenges in the main overseas markets. According to the latest update in the needle coke market, Anshan Zhongte New Materials Technology Company Limited has resumed production on its coal-based needle coke production line. This move by Anshan is focused on providing customized high-end needle coke for downstream anode material manufacturers. The latest update from Zhangzhou Petrochemical reveals that construction was resumed on the new 400,000 tons per year needle coke plant and progress is on track. The project is now on its final stages. In December 2023, China's State Council unveiled a plan to enhance the country's air pollution as a part of sustained economic development strategy. The plan includes a push to increase electric steel making targeting 15% total steel production by 2025. Morgan Stanley analysts are cautious about China's target of achieving 15% share of EAF steel production by 2025. Nothing challenges such as a decline, noting challenges such as a decline in scrap usage. Despite investing heavily in the new EAF capacities since 2017, the country's average utilization rate stands at 60% only. In China, a proposal has been put forward to seven local government departments to increase the share of EAFs in steel production to cover 20% by 2030. This move aims to promote a greener manufacturing industry, create new competitive advantages in line with the country's environmental goals, modernizing the industrial system, and drive a new type of industrialization. So, according to ICC and MySteel latest monthly reports, China prices for UHP graphite electrodes are anticipated to rebound in April following a decrease in March. The tightening supply of electrodes and strong cost support are expected to contribute to the overall price increases. This brings us to the end of the edition of the podcast. We will connect to you next month with a new edition of the Global Economy Graphite Electrode Outlook. Thank you so much.